Welcome back, all. I want to talk today a little bit about email addresses in ACMS. There's a couple of features in ACMS that are kind of important to understand that they're out there. They're really kind of powerful features, and if your club members find out about it, chances are they're going to like it a lot. And they're all around email address types and email aliases. So I've got the help pages to ACMS on the screen here so that we can begin to talk about some of these. Let me just start by saying email addresses within ACMS are viewed as personal information for club members. So ACMS doesn't publicly offer email addresses of the club members to anybody. Now, users of ACMS can turn this off and actually publish them if they want to, but by default, no email addresses are revealed for ACMS club members. And so one of the ways that ACMS does this is through the notion of a derived email address. And every club member in ACMS, as long as that club member is a paid club member and has not been banned, they have this thing called a derived email address. Let's put this down here for a moment. So a derived email address is just simply your first name dot. It's for example, here's my derived email address. It's simply your first name dot last name dot club short name at jkhorvath.com. Anybody can send an email to this email address and I will get it. If you want to send an email to anybody in your club, you can just reference the club roster, get their first name and their last name, along with the club short name, and you can put together their derived email address. You just send an email to that derived email address, and they will receive it, and nobody needs to know what that club member's real email address is. Sometimes that's convenient because then you don't have to call the guy and say, hey, what's your email address? But also it's kind of a security measure as well. Like I've said before, a lot of times, email addresses are one half of your online bank credentials, so I don't really like to reveal those things. So now that we've talked a little bit about what a derived email address is and how you can use it to send an email to another club member without knowing their email address, and then once again in review, you just put together their derived email address, send an email to that, and you will reach the club member. There are also 3 other email aliases that are available for every club in ACMS, and these are kind of handy. One of these email addresses, which I see used quite a bit for my club, is this notion of a member email alias list. And so this is a mechanism by which you can send an email to every member in the club. Of course, the member needs to be a paid member and not a banned member. You can send an email to all the members of the club using this members email alias list, which is literally it's kind of right here, the club short name. So the members email alias list, which is once again the club short name dot members at jkhorvath.com. If you send an email to this one email address, then that will be routed to every club member in your club, according to the club short name. Now, you need to understand a couple of things about the members email alias. In the first place, you can only send emails to all members of a club if you are a member of the same club. So, for example, my club short name is CCRC. If somebody outside of CCRC tries to send an email to ccrc.members at jkhorvath.com, that will get rejected, dropped. and you should get a failure message back on your email client that somehow indicates that you're not a member of that club, so you can't send an email to all those members. Another thing you need to understand about the members' email alias list is that club members can unsubscribe from the list. If a club member doesn't want to receive emails that are sent to all club members, they can request to do so, and then the ACMS user will unsubscribe them from the list, and then they won't get any emails that are targeted to all club members. And as I said before, only paid club members will get these, and if a member is banned, they won't get that email either. But it's kind of a handy email alias list. A lot of clubs, and rightfully so, don't broadcast, don't publish email addresses of all the club members. Sometimes club members want to send an email to all other club members, and you can do so if you're an ACMS club by sending an email to the members' email alias list. So there's also an officer's email alias list, and this is literally your club short name .officers@jakeyhorvath.com. If you have something that you want to send to all officers of the club, typically in use a lot by other club officers, if you just want to send an email to all the officers of the club, you can do so with a single email alias of your club short name .officers@jakeyhorvath.com. Keep in mind that only paid officers and non-banned club members, club officers, will receive that email. And then there's also a contacts email alias list. And you see this a lot coming in off of the emails that you get from ACMS. They're all originated by the contacts email alias list, which is the club short name .secretary@jakeyhorvath.com. This denotion of secretary is supposed to be kind of a reference to the club contacts, the person who manages all the records of the club. And so this is just an email alias that will redirect your email to anybody who's listed as a contact for the club, which could be a bunch of people or which could be just the secretary themselves. Final comment I want to make today is a little bit about email addressing rules. How do these things work? If you send an email through ACMS, how does this work? Well, what this is saying initially is if any banned club member tries to send or receive an email, then that email gets blocked. And this is about the member's email alias. This is just saying that if you're a member of the same club as the member's email alias, your email will go through. But if you're not a member of that club for the members' email alias list, then your email will get blocked. And then any other source or destination, the email gets permitted. Just wanted to talk a little bit about email aliases, especially this member email alias list. It's a real handy thing for all the members of the club to communicate across themselves. Helps build unity across all the club's members. And if perchance you have some rogue club member, and I hope this never happens to you, but if you have some rogue club member that starts abusing their privileges on the members' email alias list, remember that you can always ban them, and then that kind of prevents them from being able to utilize this and keeps an open communication channel for all the remainder of the club members. That's all I got for this short video, but hey, thanks a lot for listening.